I've found that the view from the air does several things. It allows me to see things that we don't see on the ground, whether that be something hidden, like toxic waste, or the shape of a coastline. The picture I'm trying to take is the picture that tells the story of a city threatened by ocean rise. I started by sneaking into refineries and things. It was cool, but it wasn't art. And then I was doing a cross-country, a red-eye flight, and looked out the window and saw a power plant shrouded in clouds, and I thought, aha, just get above it. I believe we're in a time when dialogue has failed. If someone is a climate change denier, nothing that I can say is going to change their mind. But if I show them a photograph of their city about to be, washed away, then maybe it'll make them think and ask questions and consider other opinions.
So we're gonna go up about 3,000 feet, up to this point. Do you want to take pictures from here? You want to continue up north? Just tell me what you want to do. That way I kind of have an idea of what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I'd like to circle here, get pictures, both from 3,000 feet and then from a little lower. Finding a good pilot that can maneuver where I want to go is the first thing, but there's always the weather and, 1,000 other things. It's really, I call it throwing dice with God, especially the weather aspect. So which way is the plane?
Plane is this way. Please follow me.
We're in the blue one?
Yes.
So this is typically what I would fly with, is the Cessna. You can find them all over the world. It's the Volkswagen of small planes.
All right, seatbelts are on, everybody, correct?
Seatbelt on.
Your window and doors latched, correct, sir?
Yep.
All right, you guys ready?
Let's do it.
All right.
Open traffic, you're going to have a Skyhawk departing 242 north.
I was recently named one of the environmental photographers of the year, which was a great honor. The picture that won that award is an abstract picture from a large brown coal mine in Germany. It shows the teeth of a giant bucket wheel excavator having made these concentric half circles, and then those are filled with liquid of different colors. My guess is the liquid that we see is what we call acid mine drainage. When we expose coal to rain, then it releases an acid. I did this series, Industrial Scars, which are specifically abstract expressionist pictures of toxics, and mostly toxics that we produce with the regular production processes, making the things that we buy. That's coal ash. This one is the waste from making Roundup. The first picture that was really a beautiful abstract, where I really saw, oh yes, was taken in the Kenogami forest near Thunder Bay. In fact, it was a picture of the process waste from the pulp mill, which is making the most common brand of facial tissues and for which an old growth forest is being cut. I also went up to the tar sands and made some great pictures there. So this one is a picture of sulfur waste in northern Alberta. And we see this red, which looks symbolically like the blood of the earth. The things that I photograph are evidence, they are proof, but more than that, they're art. They are specifically to get people to think and ask questions. And then I provide the very factual answers to the questions. Oh, what is that? Well, that's oil from the Deepwater Horizon spill, which was certainly one of the worst offshore oil spills in history. What I want is for people to stop and think and consider, hey, what's my part in that? That's the picture of Charleston from the ocean. As an artist, I had to think, okay, well, what's next for me? And since the environment matters to me so much, I thought coastlines. This is what I want to do, a series of the cities that will be the first to be lost.
Maintain 1,400. Visit Verrazano Bridge is approved.
All right, 1400 in the Verrazano, send for echo.
It's hard to imagine that something could happen to New York. It's so big, there's so much money, and it's this bristling island sitting in the water with all of these tall steel and glass structures on it.
Let's go right over the bridge and into the harbor. And can you lift up that wing a little bit?
Okay, so the water's going to rise a meter by the end of the century. That we're sure of. A meter's a lot. What will it look like? You know, what parts of New York will be underwater? Will it be like Acqua Alta in Venice, where people put on their rubber boots and slosh around? Do you think? Yes, sir. We'd like to go to Pier 45 on the Hudson River. I think most people aren't aware both of the impending issue and of their contribution to it. And that's the problem. So what do? We can act as individuals, but more importantly, we need to pressure our governments to respond to climate change.
Climate change is not a lie! Do not let our planet die!
What makes me hopeful is seeing young people getting out there and being active. When I see young people change from being consumers, which is a mindless activity, to citizens, which is a mindful activity, then I have hope. We should consider everything and act as if our grandchildren depend on our actions.